same word. Service and its reward. Service. What is service? If I should ask now what is service, all of us know what is service. Are we really rendering service? The answer is no. I will run because maybe 20 minutes. What is service? Service is the action of helping or doing tasks for someone. It's the action of helping or doing tasks for someone. For example, sweeping of the church. If you sweep the church, you are rendering service to God. Helping the less privileged in the society, in your area, in your street, in your compound, what are you doing? You are rendering service to God and to humanity. So we don't only render service to God, we render service also to humanity. Helping your neighbors, what are you doing? You are rendering service to humanity and rendering service to God. What is reward? Reward is benefit. It simply means the benefit you gain. What you gain is what you do. If you render service to humanity, for example, like helping the less privileged, if that child grows up to become somebody, the child will always speak of you. There is a slogan in my family, always be part of somebody's success story. In my house, my father told me that the richest man is not the one that has money in his or her account. The richest man is somebody that can render service to the less privileged, the vulnerable man around him or her. That is the richest man. So it's not that I have money, no. So we say, how can I help? Even without 1,000 naira, you can help somebody. By so doing, you are rendering service to God, to humanity. Then, what qualifies you to render service? First is your heart. Is your heart. If your heart is not pure, if your heart is not circumcised, you cannot render service to anyone. You may only do it for showmanship, for eye service sake. If your heart is not pure, you cannot render quality service to human and to God. Then two, what qualifies you for service is a passion. You must have the passion to make a difference. Now let us come to the church. If you don't have the passion that this church should grow, you will not render quality service. So another thing is the passion to make a difference. Now let's deviate from the church. In our working place, we all want to be promoted. If you don't have a passion for that company to grow and work fervently, will you be promoted? The answer is no. You will remain in one place where others are aspiring high. So you must have the passion to render service before you can render what? Quality service to God and to humanity. Because many of us, we believe it's just coming to church, doing one or two activities. Have you rendered services to somebody within you? Have you rendered service to humanity? The answer is no. Many of us, we don't. Now, this is festive period. This is Christmas time. How many of us have rendered services to humanity? Let us debate from church that we've all paid money for Christmas things. Let us debate. For humanity, people in your area, how many of them have you rendered service to? By giving them, you render service to them. Now, most of us, we have food that we are throwing away. People in our area, they are not eating. They don't have to eat. But when you give to them, you render service to who? To humanity. And by so doing, God will do what? We reward you. Then three, genuine love and affection for the things of God. You cannot render service to God if you don't love God genuinely. You don't render service to who you don't love genuinely. That is why it is difficult for many of us to render service to people that are vulnerable. Because we don't love. In our hearts, there is no love. So before you can render service, you must have what? Genuine love and affection for the things of God. Some of us, they say, come and sleep. We will complain. Why? Because we don't love God. We only go to church because if we don't go, our neighbors will ask us, why are you not in service today? I did not go to church today. That is why the majority of us are going to church. Because if you really love God, they say, come and see. They call me last week and they call you. You will not next time. So before you can render service, you must have genuine love for God. 4. Willingness to respond to God's command. Another thing that can make you serve God faithfully is your willingness to respond to God's command. Your willingness to respond. No, let me do this, let me do that. Let me go out and evangelize. Let me go out and pray with the sick. MASODJE, you are rendering services to God. Let me sing in the choir. You are rendering services to God. The usher unit, what are they doing? By placing us orderly, they are rendering services to God. What hinders our service? There are things that hinders our service. There are things that hinders our service. 1, pride. I can speak very well. I'm the most educated person in Ocean Victory Church. I'm the most qualified. I'm the richest person. I'm the most connected person. Pride hinders our service. Because when you feel you are too educated, you will not want to render service. There are some things I do with my BSc degree. I'm not supposed to be doing it. But I bring myself that I kill that pride in me and render services. So some of us that people have just NCE. Render service to God. No, I am educated. I have money. If you go to some big church, like where I came from, I was born and brought up in Celestial Church of Christ. You will see big men, prominent men, they render service to God with joy in their hearts. But in our church, within this Pentecostal sector, no, I'm too rich. This one will tell you I have money. No, how can someone like me render service? The answer is no. So pride hinders us from rendering service to God. So we should take away the spirit of pride from us so we can render what? Quality service to God. The other things that hinder our service is poor concept of self. Poor concept of self. Let me break it down. When I say poor concept of self, I mean inferiority complex. Some of us want to serve, but we feel inferior. I am not qualified to speak. I am not qualified to go out and evangelize. I am not qualified to do this. Poor concept of self. Keep that spirit of inferiority in you. Everybody can speak. If you cannot speak in English, speak in Yoruba, speak in Pidgin, speak in anything. You speak in any language. So we should keep this spirit of inferiority complex. If I talk and I know correct. Like my youth, I keep telling you, if you answer I know correct, if you laugh small, we correct you. We keep going. That is it. So kill this inferiority in us. No, if I don't talk and I know go wrong talk. We get as you know. It hinders our service to God. Another thing that hinders our service to God again is disloyalty to leadership and organization. I'll break it into 2. Disloyalty to leadership and organization. Let me use Ocean Victory Church as a case study. If you don't respect authority from the pulpit, you will not be able to serve fervently. Because if your leader says, do it this way, you will want to do it this way. Like I'm supposed to be in Uganda by now. But pastor said, you will speak. You got me on Thursday, you will speak. If you like, travel. If you like, no travel. I said, okay, sir. So if you don't respect authority, you will not be able to do what? To serve faithfully. Now let us go to organization, our workplace. Are you sure if our superior tell us to, maybe our superior is 20 years for example, and say, Papa, pick this thing for me. Will you say no? No, you will do it because why? You want to be in his or her good book. So what hinders us again is disloyalty to service, disloyalty to authority. Once you are not respecting to authority, you will not be able to serve fervently. Then another thing that hinders our service is desire for status. Desire for status. Many of us, why I am not called Reverend Mrs. Caroline Okede, why they call me Pastor Caroline Okede? Status. Why they don't call you Deaconess status? Many of us, our desire for status has killed our aim of service. We want to be addressed as this and that. Reverend Bishop, Bishop Reverend. So all those things kill what? Our service. It hinder us from service because maybe when you're calling Pastor Mrs. instead of Reverend Mrs., your morale will just drop. And when you are speaking, you will be talking, you will be deviating from what you are supposed to speak. Even if you want to lead, you want to cancel, when they call you pastor, you start saying different things. So this status of a thing, it kills us, it hinders us from service. Reward for service. Reward for service. We all know reward is benefits, gain. What you gain when you serve. So one of the rewards of serving, it sets future generation. It secures your future generation. It secures your future generation. There are some of us, only the name, only our family name. If you go to somewhere, what they say you are from, so and so family, it paved way for us. It paved way. So and so names hinders us. And from this family, it paved way. So it secures your future generation. I remember when I want to give birth to Favour in General Hospital Ekman. My mother said in General Hospital Okedi. So when I was giving birth, I saw one lady. She just came and said, "Is this not Mrs. Otom's daughter?" I said, "I don't even know her." She said, "I serve directly under your mother. What are you doing here?" I said, "I'm in labor." Immediately she went to the office. She told them that this child is a staff daughter. During that Favour delivery, I have 5 doctors within me and over 5 nurses. They were just around me. As I was crying, people were shouting, I was shouting mommy. When I shout mommy, people would say, "No, your mama don't die, and we dey here." What am I? If to say my mother was bad to her, I will still see it that day. Then I remember, I think, last year when mama was not looking, I went to the same hospital. I saw one lady, I said, JJ Johnny, and what the nurse said, said this person know me from house. Because I knew her when she was just a fresh nurse then in General Hospital Okedi. But now she's a matron. Do you think if I go to that woman now and say, "This is what I want," that is within her power, she will not do it for me, she will do it for me. But if my mother was bad to her, I will be reaping the fruit now. So also service to us, it secure our future generation.